In the heart of the Caribbean, where crystal blue waters meet pristine white sands, a mystery unfolded that gripped the world. This is the story of Natalee Holloway, an 18-year-old high school graduate whose dream vacation turned into an unsolvable nightmare. In May 2005, Natalee Holloway from Mountain Brook, Alabama, was celebrating her high school graduation with a trip to Aruba, a popular destination for tourists seeking paradise. But as the sun set on May 30th, 2005, Natalee vanished, leaving behind only questions and a trail of mystery. Her disappearance sparked a massive search that captivated media attention worldwide. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into years, with no sign of Natalee. The case baffled investigators, as leads went cold and suspects were released due to lack of evidence. Among the last to see Natalee was a young man named Joran Sloot. Born on August 6, 1987, in Arnhem, Netherlands, Joran moved to Aruba at a young age. A student known for his charm and athleticism, Joran quickly became a key figure in this unfolding drama. His connection to Natalee's last known whereabouts placed him firmly in the eyes of the law and the public. Over the years, Joran's story would change multiple times, adding layers of complexity to an already intricate puzzle. Join us as we delve deep into the twists and turns of this true crime saga, unraveling the story of a young woman's disappearance, a family's relentless pursuit of truth, and the shadowy figure at the center of it all. May 30th, 2005. A night etched in the annals of true crime history. Natalee Holloway, enjoying the last hours of her Aruba vacation, joined her classmates for a night out on this idyllic island. Their destination was Carlos and Charlie's, a popular bar known for its vibrant atmosphere. Here, Natalee was seen having fun, unwinding with friends, unaware of the fate that awaited her. As the evening progressed, Natalee crossed paths with Joran Sloot. Eyewitnesses recall seeing them together, laughing, dancing, a seemingly innocent encounter that would later be scrutinized by the world. As the bar closed, Natalee was seen leaving with Joran and two of his friends, Deepak and Satish Kalpo. This was the last time Natalee Holloway was seen alive. The following morning, when Natalee failed to appear for her return flight, alarm bells rang. Her frantic friends and chaperones began a desperate search. Soon, local authorities were mobilized, marking the beginning of an extensive and complex investigation. Initial inquiries led to Joran Sloot and the Kalpo brothers. All three initially claimed to have dropped Natalee off at her hotel, but security cameras told a different story. There was no evidence of Natalee returning that night. As inconsistencies emerged in their accounts, the trio became the prime focus of the investigation. Joran's ever-changing stories and evasive demeanor only fueled public speculation and the Holloway family's growing despair. The arrival of Natalee's family in Aruba intensified the search. They, along with volunteers, scoured the island, from its bustling streets to its remote beaches, leaving no stone unturned. In those early days, hope mingled with fear. Every passing hour, every false lead, added to the agony of not knowing. The island paradise of Aruba had become the backdrop for a parent's worst nightmare. In a dramatic twist of fate, the story of Joran Sloot took a sinister turn in Peru, half a world away from Aruba. On May 30th, 2010, exactly 5 years after Natalee Holloway's disappearance, a tragic event unfolded in Lima. Stephanie Flores, a 21-year-old Peruvian woman, was found brutally murdered in a hotel room registered in Sloot's name. As the Peruvian authorities pieced together the evidence, a chilling story emerged. Surveillance footage showed Flores and Sloot together at a casino, and later entering his hotel room, from which only Sloot would emerge. Sloot's flight from the scene led him to Chile, where he was apprehended and extradited back to Peru for questioning. The case against him was strong and irrefutable. On June 7, 2010, in a stark Lima courtroom, Sloot confessed to the murder of Stephanie Flores, admitting to bludgeoning her in a fit of rage. In January 2012, Sloot was sentenced to 28 years in prison, a sentence that was later extended for drug trafficking while incarcerated. The story, however, did not end there. In June 2023, Sloot was extradited to the United States, facing charges of extortion and wire fraud related to Holloway's disappearance. Then, on October 18, 2023, as part of a plea deal, Sloot made a shocking revelation. He admitted to killing Natalee Holloway, detailing the brutal attack on an Aruba beach. In his confession, he described how he bludgeoned Holloway's head with a cinder block and then disposed of her body in the ocean. This confession, although bringing some closure, also highlighted the horrific nature of the crime and the years of anguish endured by the Holloway family. Judge Anna Manasco sentenced Sloot to 20 years on the extortion charges, a sentence to run concurrently with his existing one in Peru. In the eerie quiet of the Aruban night, a tragedy had just unfolded on its serene beach. Joran Sloot, in a chilling act of violence, had just ended the life of Natalee Holloway. The horror of what transpired in those dark hours is something only Sloot fully knows. But in his confession, he gave a harrowing account of his actions immediately following the brutal attack. According to Sloot, in a moment of panic and fear, he made a decision that would seal the fate of the case for years to come. He claimed to have picked up Natalee's lifeless body and dragged her towards the ocean. With the moon casting its pale light over the water, Sloot recounted how he walked into the ocean, knee-deep, with Natalee in his arms. Then, in a final act of concealment, he pushed her body into the Caribbean Sea, watching as the waves claimed her. Sloot then walked away, leaving behind not just the physical remnants of his crime, but also a trail of anguish and mystery that would haunt Natalee's loved ones and the world for years. As dawn broke, the beach returned to its peaceful state, oblivious to the atrocity that had taken place on its sands. This act marked the beginning of a long and tortuous journey for the Holloway family in their search for answers. The wheels of justice, though often slow, inexorably turn. For Joran Sloot, this meant facing the consequences of his actions not just in Peru but also thousands of miles away in Alabama, USA. In June 2023, Sloot was extradited to the United States. The charges he faced were not for murder, but for extortion and wire fraud, crimes linked to Natalee Holloway's disappearance. Sloot had attempted to extort money from Beth Holloway, Natalee's mother, promising in return information about her daughter's whereabouts, a promise he never intended to keep. The trial was a spectacle of raw emotion and legal drama. Beth Holloway, facing the man responsible for her daughter's death, delivered a powerful statement. "You terminated her dreams, her potential, her possibilities," she said, addressing Sloot directly. Judge Anna Manasco presided over the case with a firm hand. Her remarks were pointed and poignant, underscoring the heinous nature of Sloot's crimes. On October 18, 2023, as part of a plea deal, Sloot admitted to the murder of Natalee Holloway, a confession that stunned many despite the long-held suspicions. The judge sentenced Sloot to 20 years for the extortion charges, a sentence to be served concurrently with his 28-year term in Peru. This decision marked a significant moment in this long and tortuous saga. While the sentencing brought some measure of closure, it also raised questions about justice, remorse, and the value of a life cut tragically short. In the wake of Joran Sloot's confession, the Holloway family, who had endured years of uncertainty and heartache, faced a new reality. Beth Holloway, a symbol of resilience and determination, expressed a mix of relief and ongoing sorrow. "This confession," she said, "brings some closure, but it doesn't bring back Natalee." Her words echoed the sentiment of a family forever changed by tragedy. Natalee's father, Dave Holloway, who had tirelessly searched for his daughter, grappled with a spectrum of emotion. "The truth is a double-edged sword," he reflected. "It brings clarity, yet deepens our sadness." The public reaction to Sloot's confession was widespread and intense. News outlets around the world covered the story, with many noting the tragic end to a mystery that had captivated millions. On social media, the confession sparked a renewed discussion about travel safety, the justice system, and the media's role in sensationalizing tragedy. People shared condolences, outrage, and reflections on a case that had touched so many lives. Documentaries and TV specials revisited the events, shedding light on the long-term impact of the case on Aruba, the Holloway family, and the public's fascination with true crime stories. Candlelight vigils and memorials were held in Natalee's honor, symbolizing the collective grief of a community, a nation, and viewers worldwide. Joran Sloot, a name now synonymous with deceit and violence, has a past marred by criminal activities and inconsistencies. His story is one of a troubled trajectory, leading to grave consequences. Initially involved in Natalee Holloway's disappearance, Sloot's accounts were riddled with contradiction. His numerous versions of events only deepened the mystery and frustration surrounding the case. Sloot's criminal history took a darker turn in Peru. In 2010, he was convicted of the murder of Stephanie Flores, receiving a 28-year sentence. This crime, marked by brutality, cast a new light on his involvement in the Holloway case. The Holloway case had far-reaching implications, extending beyond the personal tragedy. Aruba, known for its tranquil beaches and welcoming culture, faced an unexpected challenge, a shadow cast over its image as a tourist paradise. In the aftermath, the island grappled with a drop in tourism. The case raised concerns about safety and security, prompting authorities and the tourism industry to reinforce Aruba's commitment to visitor safety. Amidst this, the role of the media became a point of reflection. From relentless news coverage to true crime documentaries, the media shaped public perception of the case, sometimes blurring the lines between factual reporting and sensationalism. While keeping the case in the public eye, the media also faced criticism for its handling of sensitive information and its impact on the involved families. The Holloway case thus stands as a complex interplay of crime, media influence, and its ripple effects across society. The saga of Natalee Holloway and Joran Sloot extends far beyond a single tragedy. It's a story that has left an indelible mark on international travel safety, law enforcement cooperation, and the true crime genre. Natalee's disappearance brought to light crucial concerns about traveler safety, especially for young people. It underscored the importance of vigilance and the need for enhanced safety measures in tourist destinations worldwide. This case also exemplified the complexities of international law enforcement cooperation. It demonstrated the challenges and the necessity of cross-border collaboration in solving transnational crimes. In the realm of true crime, Natalee's story became a touchstone. It spurred a wave of interest in the genre, leading to more in-depth investigations, discussions, and a more informed public. Yet, despite the extensive coverage and investigation, mysteries linger. Questions about the full extent of what transpired that fateful night in Aruba remain unanswered, leaving a space for speculation and continued inquiry. The legacy of Natalee Holloway is profound and enduring. Her story has galvanized efforts to improve safety for travelers and increased awareness about the plight of missing persons. It has inspired changes in laws and sparked a global dialogue on these critical issues. As we conclude our journey through this heart-wrenching story, we invite you to share your thoughts and reflections. Subscribe for more deep dives into true crime stories, and join us in our ongoing quest to understand, to remember, and to seek justice in an often inexplicable world. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.